Who remembers this? If you worked at the Sears Telecatalog Center there at Gray, or actually Boones Creek exit, I thought while I'm watching the Santa Claus 2, get nostalgic, and I had actually still got it, $3 from when I first started there I started there a month after graduating high school in 1989. And I just remember flipping through this over and over while answering phones. What's the edge look like if we remember? Nothing special. But, so this is quite old like me, but I thought you might like looking through it. I won't go like every single page. But I remember flipping through it, certain things. I was always looking at stereos and some of the clothes for guys. So anyway, going back to 1989's Sears Christmas Wishbook. And if you remember, if you worked there at the Sears Telecatalog, we were always told to try and offer this to anybody that called in. The Christmas Wishbook for $3. Add that to everybody we can. And again, no, I won't look at every darn page. I just thought while I'm watching Santa Claus 2 again, get this out. This is the okay. I won't read everything or show you everything. Let's just kind of flip through. Hey, look at there. No payments until 1990. Let's see, you can't really see. I'll try to keep it just focused on the entire page of one. Yeah, the page is curling. Okay, let's flip through a little quicker. Jewelry. What's the high dollar stuff for 1989? What if I scoot this over, we can see both. These pages are still crisp. Okay. Well, this will only take 3 days if I go literally page by page, so I'm going to flip through kind of quick. The jewelry. My very first call when I was at Sears Telecatalog, it would have been July 1989, a month after graduating from Daniel Boone. After training, I was really nervous, and I was hoping it'd be easy calls, people calling. Remember, you had to call with the item number of what you wanted. We'd enter it and place the order. My first call was a girl going to nursing school, and she needed me to help her find nursing clothes that's her size and the right kind of top and bottoms, stuff like that. So, anywho, okay. Ooh, watches. That's one thing I did like a lot. Isn't one of before? People thought your watch had to be overly masculine and the size of a frying pan. I remember that one specifically. Actually, I had that one. More watches. We'll go slower on these. Just because I was a little nerd and I liked watches. I don't know if the girls were that into these plastic bands as much. I had the calculator watches. Most of all my years in Boones Creek Middle School, I had a calculator watch on. Dad would get me. How much were these little fellas back then? $20 roughly. Well, that ain't bad. Try to get the glare off of there. I've got so many lights on in here. I've got my light on beside me to my daughter's memory, kitchen cabinet lights, bar top lights, floor lamp, decorative lamp, and then way over there. So, got a lot of lights on. How much were the calculator watches? It's getting up there, $40 for the calculator watches. I know the pages are curled. I'm just trying to imagine that I have company. It's Christmas and it's always without my daughter, living alone for years, many years. It just gets boring not having someone to sit with you to look through stuff, so maybe you all will. Oh, a Pee Wee Herman watch. That's interesting. Okay, so zoom out a little. I was getting in close and taking my time on the watches. Seems like I remember the Mickey Mouse watches several girls wearing at school. Okay, zoom out a little bit. All right, gifts for him. This will take a while, so let's speed up a touch. The robe. Oh, I didn't know you could order Hickory Farms through the Sears catalog. I didn't know that. Okay, fruit cake. I'm going to grab a couple pages at a time here. We're going through the novelty stuff. Ooh, SEARS. Style SEARS way. Stiffer. This ought to be interesting, trying to flip it through. Okay. It's an old catalog, but it's still crisp. Let's flip on through the style. Can imagine pants. Oh gosh. Seems like there was a theme, a design theme, not cows or chickens, but I mean there was that time I remember women calling, ordering. Never liked this stuff because I didn't want to look like Dad too fast. The way he dressed in pants. I think that shirt. So again, we're looking at the 1989 Sears Wishbook from when I worked at Sears Telecatalog in gray. Just for sure. Hey, there's the Levi's 505. Looks like stone washed, acid wash. Wow, they were still $40 then. Senior year, just about to graduate high school, in Miss Garrett's class, that's where I had a homeroom. She handed out applications for the new soon-to-open Sears telecatalog there at the Boones Creek exit. So that's how I learned about it, and I filled it out. Went like a lot of friends and got hired, so graduated from Boone in June and started working at Sears in July. Went through, it seemed like a week, maybe 2 weeks of training. Then we was live on the floor. If any of you think of something you'd like to see, comment with it or message me, and I'll find it in here if you'd like to specifically. Look at the acid wash. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's what it was called, acid washed. Then others were called the head stone wash. But anyway, if you think of something that you're curious about or you remember in the Sears catalog or the Sears Christmas book, message me and I'll find the page and give you a good video of it and the details if you remember. Let's get through more stone wash, acid wash, I don't know. Jammies, clothes, okay, get out of the kids' stuff, toys. First, had just graduated this year, so I don't remember what. I was into baseball. And computers, cameras. Sorry, there's no background music, or it's just me. That's all you got, man. Typewriters. I actually got awarded senior year on awards night for being the fastest typer in Daniel Boone. That was funny. Guys getting awards for sports. Then they called my name, Mrs. Beard, whatever it was. Calmed me down. I still got it tucked away. The award for typing over 60 words a minute. And I would rarely have an error. I only took typing because they're obviously girls, and I did meet every girl that sat around my desk. We sat two to a desk, I guess that's how you call it, side-by-side desk. Made some good friends. I got to where I'd even type their warm-up pages. You had to get the class, you had to type a page of warming up, and I would type it. Really, as good as I've got big hands. I'm 6'3" and have big hands, so I could cover all the keys just by doing that. Where other girls with smaller hands had to take their hand up off the base of the typewriter and go reach for stuff, where I could just, look at me now. But the typing at the time didn't seem needed until as computers got bigger and bigger, and then realizing having to type research papers and things for school and college. And then once internet came along, so that's one thing I'm glad I did learn and really mastered was typing. I had hoped Heather Deacons was in that class, but she wasn't, but we still connected. But I met some others. Angie Covington, I remember her, always being friendly, sat behind me and typing. The girl sat beside me, I think her name was Crystal. some of the others. Jama set in front of me. Jama Hoyles? Is that right? Is that the right name? Jama. Forgive me for saying the name wrong, pronouncing it wrong. She's sitting in front of us. And it worked, taking typing class to meet a girl. It was almost all girls. I had Eddie, forget the one guy, Childress, Eddie Childress was in there. Telescopes. Well, I will get on through with this. Nobody's interested, nobody's watching, and nobody's commenting, so that's a hint that I need to get back to watching Santa Claus 2. I need to turn the lights out. I can't see my candles that I have lit on the bar top. And yeah, I thought I had another. So anywho. Hey, how much was there it is. The Nintendo. Not bad, $100. What was on the page before it? $150. All I remember that was the baseball game, bases loaded. There it is. Bases loaded. And Legend of Zelda. Over and over. Then we got, like everybody else in the world, Mario. How much was Sega? I'm looking. Sorry for shaking. I'm moving on. Sega was $189, so at their tax. Interesting. Sega was more expensive. Still had game cartridges then. Sorry, I'm trying to do that. What else do we have? So we have a different kind of Sega. And then what looks like the runner-up, Atari, $59. Atari 7800. What else do we have? Atari XE for $100. And down there, you still had, look at that. You could still, in my senior year after I graduated high school in 1989, you could still buy the Atari 2600 for $40. Santa Claus 2 is about to go off. I'll have to put in Fred Claus and get ready to start watching it for the millionth time. It's one of my favorites. So if you can think back to this 1989 SEARS Wishbook, think of something you got, or your parents or something, and I'll find it in here and we'll share it, let you see it and everybody else see it. I'll make another video or I'll send it to you as a message. But I think I'll stop kind of quick here. I'm the only one trying to be nostalgic here on Christmas. I'm watching Freeform's 25 Days of Christmas. What's coming on next? Maybe Santa Claus 3? I don't know. Get you a swing set. So we'll finish out here. Sorry, it's not laid out nice and flat so you can look at everything. If everybody's really interested, I'd do that. This is mostly me wanting to feel like I have company. Oh good, it's Santa Claus 3. Santa Claus 2 is better. Page 500, I need to remember that. I had one of those rowing machines. Oh, here we go. That bench, it says, is 1,000-pound capacity. Well, let's flip through kind of quick. You at work, do you remember that phone number? Giving that out a million times. 366-3000. So, SEARS credit card. Let's finish flipping through quick like. Appliances. Vacuums. Dirt Devil was the big name then. New 12-amp motor on the Dirt Devil. Tools. Cameras. I'm sorry, you can't really see it. I'm just finishing up here. Then the computers. Guitars. I had a guitar and saxophone too. Just never wasn't musically inclined. Wasn't good at it. Okay, let's end it with that. That's the back. So we just finished as Santa Claus 3 is coming on. I need to turn some lights out, get it more ready for movie watching. But this was after I graduated high school, first job there at SEARS Taylor Catalog at Boones Creek Exit. We flipped through this so darn much, helping people order their stuff. I still have it. It's right there. It is $3, 1989. This series, we saw that a lot. So it's time for me to turn out some lights. Thought I had something else to share. I guess that's it for the night. That's Santa Claus 3 is coming on, so it's a little bright in here. I need to turn the lights out. So there you go. SEARS Christmas Wishbook.